Nah, it's another one though. It's another one. It's September. The rest of this month, I'm dropping fucking 3 videos there on the shirt, nigga, on Kelly. And if I don't, then I just went through it, and I'm gonna come back the next day telling y'all about it. We gonna just talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm regardless. I'm gonna post, even if it's an interview, whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna post. I damn near stopped the damn motherfucking thing. But we got to talk about this real quick. KG.
He talking about the '90s, cause we the Kobe era.
He
Prior
also
to
prefaced by saying he didn't watch back then, and he's also 23 years old. So, like, we got to take that into
Yeah,
account.
man,
I mean, this is one of the most skilled players to ever play the game. I mean, I think that was directed more toward the Jordan era, because when I hear that and I really start thinking about it, I'm like, nah, that's not true, because you have multiple players who had hella skill. I'm talking about, come on now, that's pretty much doing the same things they's doing now. We had the guards who was going up doing the stuff that we see D Rose and Ja Morant doing. I mean, I seen Baron Davis, Steve Francis, and Kevin Johnson doing all that type of stuff. I will say this: the skill level has gotten better with this generation, but I don't think overall it makes you better player. I think I think the imagination and the flair of the game is not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't play as much basketball as we did. They work out individually. We played 5-on-5, and our creativity for the game was a lot better in our era. Because, like, who's a showman? Who would you consider like a showman of today? Like Kyrie, maybe, with the dribbles,
Yeah, and Ja.
high flying
I
Ja.
mean, when you say Kyrie, there was Rod Strickland that
Yeah,
had
exactly. I mean,
When
think
you
about
talk
the
about Hawks, you never
creativity.
seen Vince Carter. I'm like,
Exactly. Like Vince Carter, we never seen nothing like that. That was something different. I mean, Magic Johnson, white chocolate. I mean, we don't see people passed away. J. Kidd did. Like, it's like unreal. Like, we don't see that type of creativity no more?
So my question to you is, when you see youngsters go, man, I didn't watch, so I don't. Is it important for
But it's
youngsters to
gonna go
dig in
back
the
to
vault?
what we got to go back to Ticket's famous saying to me. You ain't watching the games, Lord. You ain't watching the games, Lord. You ain't going back watching the games, Lord.
If I'm being honest, bro, I don't think anybody in this generation could have played like 20 years ago. If I'm being 100. And
That's a boost. Most niggas, basically, what you saying.
this is to everybody in our league, Tatum, all y'all. Let me tell y'all something, bro. 20 years ago, bro, you couldn't get to a triple step back.
No.
You hear what I'm saying to you? You couldn't get to a triple step back. And then if you shot that shit, it had to go in. You know why? Because we had efficiency back in the day, my dude, and it was so fucking hard. It was too physical. And guess what? The league had to come off of it for the flow of movement to be able to have scoring go up, which is why we like to sit here and watch kind of the rat race of the high-paced game, right? But bro, let's not talk about the gamemanship, and let's not talk about the physicality of the game back then.
KG the OG. When he talk, you gotta listen.
Real shit, because I only think half these kids in the league could have been on an NBA team 20 years ago.
Straight up.
The locker room was it was too grown.
You know what I watched too?
It
You know
was
what I
too
watched?
grown. It was two of them. It was too much of a fraternity. You understand? Like, yeah, man.
Just
Like
the hand check.
no, bro. It was a different vibration. David Stern did a great job of taking all of the physicality out of the game. You understand? Freedom of movement means freedom of movement. Man, back in the day when you had to get by Paul because Paul was squared up with you and ready to slide, and then he could body you, he could poke, he could use his hands, but I can use my hands.
I could fight through a screen.
Bro, the shit that we saw in the Olympics was similar style play when the guard can ride you damn near over the pick.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how to get out of that, and a nigga like Holiday, when he come out and he get over, he there.
Right.
So if you go to cross him, bro, you don't even. That's what I'm saying, bro. Man, the levels in which you had to be not only strong enough but skilled enough to get by this nigga in front of you. You understand? And then they ain't never seen a 6'7" Rodman guard you. Bro, I see you. And you know, you're in the scout report. We know you go left. We know you can finish right, but you go left to pull up. Bro, everybody knows. Bro, niggas watching the games back then. The Isaiah Thomases and the Dumars, man. Dumars shut Jordan down. Bro, they was coming to the lane, bro. You might get your nose broke trying to dunk. You understand? Dwayne Wade broke Cole's nose in the All-Star game. Man, bro, it's just different. It was very different back then, bro. Real shit. I'm talking about in the locker room. You can't be on your phone in the locker room. You can't. Bro, 20 years ago? Nah, nobody in this era could have played 25 years ago. We said that. And I'm talking about not just the play and all the skill that everybody got, actually was called bad shots and lack of efficiency. It was until they started fucking with all the data and saying take more threes than twos. Before then, we played ball, bro. We didn't give a fuck about all that other shit. And the GM couldn't come down and say, put into a game plan with a coach like Doc or D'Antoni talking about, we trying to get touches and touch the paint. Bro, I didn't see.
Yeah, it's hard to say more skill.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Nobody in this era has a mid-range.
You couldn't get, nobody.
Nobody in this era has a post game.
And the ones that do look amazing. Look at Shea. Shea got a mid-range.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's only like a few of them got.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 2 dribble, pull up.
Yeah, they don't.
Try to do it. Okay, young fella, if you hear me. And then y'all exhaust the ball. Y'all are dribbling the air out of the ball.
Right.
Y'all dribble the ball 100 times more than another nigga.
Right.
Catch it off the bounce. 1 dribble, 2 dribble, pull up. Let me see you do that off the bounce.
Right.
Let me see your skill work off that. I ain't even known it like this, but bro, you can't come from niggas and not expect a rebuttal on shit. Bro, real shit, it was totally different. And you had to have that work, and you had to really work on your shit. And it wasn't no, you was out 2-3 games, man. Your teammates, hey, bro, what you doing tonight? You going? Nah, I can't go, man. My toenail off, man. I can't. Nah, bro, you can't even come in here and lead no niggas like that. You hear me?
Nah.
So you had to strap it up, and you had to get out here. You had to dive on the floor. You had to get in the rumble. Yeah.
Right.
Real shit. Right. You had, man, it was men leading men.
Paul Pierce capping. That nigga, that one shit replayed in his mind when he had the boo-boo and he had to go out.
Yeah, ain't none of these niggas been in no lockout. And Anthony Edwards don't know what's going on with the league policy. This, bro, you understand what I'm talking about? The leader, bro. Man, I can't even have this conversation.
You can't even say it if you ain't watched.
It ain't the same. It ain't the same.
Like,
then
don't
you say I didn't watch.
And don't say you didn't watch.
Man, Jordan, the only one has skill. Yeah, I know you didn't watch the game.
I know you
But
didn't
him saying
watch.
that.
Yeah,
So,
you can't say that.
You know what?
And then say
Respect
you
to the
don't
young
watch.
fella, man. I don't get on here, and we don't use this platform to douse anything. But I'm not gonna start the cooning. I'm here to elevate the game. I'm here to help the young players elevate themselves. But it's always different eras. And when you hear Michael Jordan and some of the greats talk about the different eras of play, the 80s was different from the 70s, the 70s was different from the 60s, the 60s was different from the 50s. But in all of it, it had gamemanship, it had aggressiveness, and it had stuff that came with it that you didn't really hear about that you hear now. Man, shit.
Yeah.
Half these motherfuckers can't even be in the locker room. Half these niggas coming from no parents and one mom and all, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas got their mom and dad and a lot of these niggas ain't even outside, my nigga. I'm really from the park, man. I'm really.
That nigga said, niggas got their mom and dad.
I'm from Basswood. I really did play at Springfield Park. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cleveland Park, all the parks.
Right.
I really was at Argyle.
Right.
I really was on 16th. I really was hanging out on Ridgeway. Like, I'm saying that to say that, yeah. Like, man, it was different times. So when I hear these things, they don't add up because it was a different time of how you played, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a lot of two-way players back then that was real niggas. I'm talking about stars. I'm talking about Gary Payton, the Jason Kidds, the Michael Jordans, the Grant Hills, the McGrady's and the Cobes, you know what I'm saying? The TDs, the C. Webbs, the Rasheeds,
He must have been talking about like the 60s or something.
Lord, he feeling himself, and I like that. I like that he feels good, but when you're a savant and you're talking to the league and you spitting different shit, you gotta know what you're talking about to be in the argument or to be in the discussion of what we're talking about.
Right.
But to say that they're most skilled, shit. 20 years, you couldn't get to a triple step back. All that shit, James Harden and all that shit. And then too, if you was dribbling the air of the ball, bro, nigga told you straight up, hey man,
come on, man.
Swing it, man. What you doing?
What you doing? Come
5
on,
more
man.
dribbles, you out here? Hold on, I got it. Back it
Don't
up.
miss,
What?
don't miss,
And then
don't
we
miss.
had plays
Right.
that you had to remember. And if you couldn't remember the plays, you couldn't be out here. It wasn't all this switching shit. You had actually strategy to where the strategy had to go to 2, 5, 2 and 4, y'all 3 and 4, y'all doing this.
Yeah,
you had
yeah.
man, you had a list of shit that you had to be responsible
for
for.
sure that.
Not something, oh, I didn't forget it. You know what, fuck it, just throw him out there because he good. Nah, bro, there's a whole nother level of shit. So, you know, know what you're speaking about. But yeah, I'll root for you, young fella. Just know what you're talking about, young fella. Because that you said don't make no sense.
Like, comment, share,